Hello, my name is Richard William Spears III. I'm going to take you back into the time when Contra Costa County Children and Family Services had abducted and kidnapped and took my firstborn child. Now, this was an extreme attempt to, well, actually, they succeeded in covering up a lot of criminal activities by Elena L Bernal in 2004. Since then, I've left the United States to go find myself a nice, peaceful life and so forth. I moved off to the Philippines, and that's where I live today. After 39 years of hell and not being allowed to live my life in peace, I went ahead and left the U.S. because everything I have ever dreamed of being a dad, being a father, being a loving parent, as a normal person would, my life was basically destroyed back in 1981 all the way to 1995. My childhood was tarnished and destroyed by the CPS and Child Protective Services. In my personal perspective, even though I would not act on it, every single social worker who works for CPS absolutely deserves to be put to death. They have no care for children. They have no care for human life. They have no care for anything other than making a buck. That's all they care about. They care about getting their bonuses for alienating men who are not criminal convicted felons, who are not associated in crime at all. I lived here in California for 12 years until was forced to decide that my life is worth surviving and finding some way to make things right. Now, California is one of the most terroristic states I have ever visited in my life. Police officers want to be badass, Rambos, and all kinds of crazy shit. What happened to the First Amendment right? What happened to the 14th Amendment of rights? As far as I'm concerned, California needs to pay $2.5 million for fraudulently imposing that I'm dangerous when that's not true. I'm actually very friendly, very kind. Will bend over backwards to help people. I'll even stop along the freeway or stop in a parking lot and help elder persons who is old change his tire on his car. That's how kind I am. I'm the type of man who will run out and save your ass from being smashed by the back end of a car, like I did with an elder 63-year-old woman back in California in Concord in parking shop when a small little girl was crying her eyes out, terrified out of her ass because of this silver Thunderbird two-door, black windows. Didn't get to see the perpetrator because the perpetrator was a coward and a pussy. He was driving a silver two-door Thunderbird. He snatched the elder woman's purse out of her car while she was putting her granddaughter in the car seat. Drug her clear across the fucking parking lot. I had to run from the middle of the parking lot of the parking shop and run to her aid. And that's exactly what I did. Now, this is the building right here where I used to have to go visit my daughter when they first took her. Now, on October 18th and it was a Monday, October 18th at 9:10 a.m., I came directly to this building right here on October 18th of 2004. I come all the way out here from Concord and come here and report I'm no longer wanting to be with Elena Bernal. Okay, she's insane. Elena Bernal was very hell bent on having things her way and hell bent on punching me in the face or slapping me in the face or calling me a no good man. I'm not man enough and I'm a wuss and a bitch and a pink little princess and all. I mean, this bitch was out of her fucking mind. I mean, she would torment the shit out of me in every fucking way, and nobody seemed to give a shit. So this is how I see things. If government doesn't give a shit about what's going on against me, then they shouldn't give a shit if I park a U-Haul truck right here, and just ignite that motherfucker on this building. Now that would be shit, just like Timothy McVeigh did. But I won't ever do that because it's not the right way to go about problems. I will say it again, like Timothy McVeigh did in Oklahoma City. Okay, that's what I should have done. Is park a U-Haul truck right here, take out the tires, wipe out this whole fucking building with Linda Ray in it, Lindsay Simpson, the social worker of the day. When I went and got wanted tickets for transportation so I can get to Brentwood, California, to Martinez, California, to this address. This is where I had to come and get humiliated by social workers. Now, Linda Ray, African American woman, about 6 foot, she thinks that she's the queen of all knowledge. Actually, I'm actually more advanced, intelligent than Linda Ray would ever be. In fact, I'm an experienced victim of child abuse. And Yvonne Francesca Peters was never neglected by Richard William Spears III. What it is that government are a piece of shit garbage who deserve to be treated like criminals, which they are criminals, because what happened is on the 17th, after Bernal terroristically threatening me with a knife and her mother, and just being irate because she was asked to leave. Now she left Yvonne Francesca Peters in Pleasanton with her mother at Stanley Boulevard, where her mother was living at the time, and just left the child there, stormed out the door, went on BART, went back to Concord. Before she even got back to Concord, Christina Bernal had called me on the phone and saying, "Oh my God, Elena Bernal's in her irate stage because I asked her to leave, and be careful, be cautious. I'm gonna bring Yvonne back to you." And oh my fucking God, when does it ever stop? As far as I'm concerned, Oklahoma City was a tragedy, but if you're gonna do shit like that, you should do it on places like this. Now, this would be cool. Just wipe out that whole building, get these women's attention. Don't fuck with my children, okay? And these things won't happen. It's simple as that. I mean, I had a right to leave Elena Bernal. I had a right to protect myself from getting stabbed or getting injured. And that's the way that these social workers see it is, oh, you're neglected your child. That's all they know is neglect. Okay, neglect is defined by definition, leaving the child unattended of care. That child was taken care of just fine. I would wake up from August 30th 2004 to July 17th before police decided to be terroristic towards me and tell me, we're going to arrest you because I don't like what you're doing. This woman is the mother. You ain't got no rights, etc. You don't have minority protection rights. The mother does, and the child. That's it. Done. Wow. So where do I fit into the human race? Anyways, as far as I'm concerned, Concord PD also needs to suffer a Oklahoma City bombing just like that. That's my opinion, not something I would do directly. They need to get the definition of vigilante. That's exactly my personality. I am a vigilante. I believe in taking the law into my own hands because law enforcement are too pussy to say, okay, Elena Bernal, you did an assault. We're going to take you to jail for 72 hours. We'll leave it up to the judge. I mean, Elena Bernal should have been charged many times, but police don't want to hear it. That's why I was denied a police report on Sunday, September 17th of 2004, October 17th of 2004. Totally denied any rights to file a police report. Totally denied and allowed to remove the child unless a judge permits it. You see their little diversions and their little twists and turns and all shit like that. That's why Oklahoma City bombing is deserved right here on this building. Absolutely wiping out every motherfucker in this building. Of course, I would want all the children and the innocent parents removed from the building first, but we just trap the back door here, leave all the people in there who are crooked criminals, and trap the door here, remove all the parents who are trapped up in this bullshit CPS crap, and just wipe out the whole fucking building. That's my opinion. Not something I would do personally or directly, but that's my opinion. be insane. Sad. Wow. Anyways, I was forced to leave Yvonne Francesca Peters. I came here to this building, as you see the moving. I came here to this building to report to whoever, Nanette Dupree, at 9:10 a.m. in the morning on October 18th and said I no longer want to be with Elena Bernal. I'm going to leave her be, whatever. I'm finding another place to live. I'm going to go look for a job. Now, Linda Ray, on many occasions, wanted to call me a big crybaby because I was insisting that Elena Bernal come clean and tell the truth, that she was domestically violent to me. Obviously, since she could not tell the truth, you can tell that she's a deadbeat mother and she does not give a shit about her children. See, a real woman would come clean, and she's not a real woman, she's a coward. And so is her mother, Christina Bernal, who is also an accessory to Elena Bernal's crimes. Part 1.